Hi, welcome to Azariah's Fiber Arts. My name is Sarah, and I am the artist and designer behind Azariah's Fiber Arts. Hit the like or subscribe button anytime while you're watching. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's talk about how to measure ripples, because the stitches go up and down, not across, so measuring ripples is different. You can see that this is much wider than this, and that is because before I got, let's say I got to about here, and then I blocked it to make sure it was going to become as wide as I needed it to, and be fine. And it is, so I continued going on. So this part has not been blocked, this part has been blocked. I'm just gonna fold it over to get it out of the way. You wouldn't do that when you're trying to get an accurate measurement. I just don't want it in the way. So you want to make sure you have your piece flat on a hard surface like this table. Okay, I'm going to use inches. So to get stitch count, measure from point to point. If you want a better number, none of them are going to work. Okay, and then I recommend looking at your instructions, because each of these points, depending on the pattern, are going to be different. Some of them have a chain space in the middle. It's been a minute since I worked on this one. I'm not sure what this one's got. It looks like a chain space. So some of them have a chain space in the middle. Some of them have 3 of the same stitch in the middle. So you would count half of the point stitches, and then half of the point stitches, and then every stitch in between. And that's how many you have from point to point. And then you take your measurement, so you want to figure out by 4 inches, right? So you take the number of stitches and divide it, like in this situation, by 1.5, and then multiply by 4, and that will give you the total number of stitches per 4 inches. But it's 4 rippled inches, not 4 inches. Like, we don't want to measure this, then this, and then that's not how that's going to work, because that's not a practical way to measure fabric. This guy here, for 4 inches, without counting, is 1, 2.5 repeats. And that's acceptable. That's fine. It's good. You can use that for chaining purposes, though. You're probably going to want something better. All right. Now to measure the rows, I'm glad I chose to use this piece, because the fact that it's got different colors makes things easier. Now, you start at the bottom of the light blue, and you'll go up, but you want to keep on that same seam area here. You want to keep on the point. You can also start here, and then you would go up. You go till the fabric ends. So like if I were, let's reverse this, let's turn it over. If I were measuring this direction, I'd start on the blue, and I would stop right here where the fabric stops. I'm not going to try and figure out this part, because you'll notice if I start on the blue and go here, it's about 2.5, and if I come over here and start on the blue, well, right here it's almost 3. And I think that's because of how far I pulled the point when I blocked it. Something you'll need to be aware of. But basically, it's going to be nearly the same measurement. Here, let's try this one. He doesn't look like he got the life pulled out of him. Yeah. They may all have. I'm going to have to do another blocking and do it better. Well, at least all those are consistent. What is this though? And that's about the same size as the other one. Well, consistency is key. But the point of this is how to measure the ripples. So you want to measure from here to here. Do not measure from here and try and guess how far to here. You measure from here to here. Like you wouldn't start here and then stop over here and say that that's your fabric. So don't do that over here either. Don't go farther. Just measure the fabric. Do your math and figure out how many rows you have. Remember that measuring a blocked swatch is the best way to go. Probably not one that's had the life blocked out of it like these guys down here have. I'm not sure why I did that. If it was just to get them to behave, lay down, or what. The width will be the same on the next blocking, but these will be not pulled quite so far. You can see before it's blocked, it ripples this way too, and that's because it's single crochets. I don't think double crochets would do the same. But that's how you would measure, is you would start here at the top and go down here to the bottom. Start here at the top and go all the way to the bottom. And you can do the same thing in knitting. This is crochet, but it also works for knitting. And that's how you measure ripples. If this tutorial was helpful for you, please hit the like button. Be sure and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you for watching. If you have more questions, you're welcome to leave a comment below or email me, Sarah@azariasfiberarts.com. Happy making!